So till now you saw how to remove all these things. Now we'll see how to refit it. Also how to replace the old oil seal with the brand new ones. Also here are the oil as I showed you. Now let's refit everything. So here it is, the brand new oil seal, as you can see. As I said, there is 2 in 1 pack. This is the oil seal. So this part is the top part, as you can see. The gap on the top is the minimal, and there are also kind of some textures or some things like this, kind of like a small square, and this is the back side. There's a lot of gap. So remember this while refitting. Now let's put the brand new oil seal inside. So keep it like this and just tap it using a hand. It will go inside. So here it is. So we've pushed it using a hand itself. Now it's not gone completely inside. So now comes the use of the old oil seal. Just keep it on top of this like this, and keep this spanner, box spanner on top of it, and hit it like this. If needed, you can use a hammer. So the reason why I told you to keep the old oil seal on top of the new one is it prevents damage to the new one. So you can use a hammer like this and tap it. Can use some old parts that are similar in shape to the oil seal, that is. So now you can remove the old one with the screwdriver. As you can see, it's perfectly fit. And a ring kind of thing, just to put the oil seal in place, keep it in place, that is. So you can insert that using your hand itself. You don't need any hammer or screwdriver or any tools. So here it is, fit correctly in place, that is it. So now we have to insert this cap. If needed, you can wipe it with a cloth or a white waste. So here is how it fits. And there you go, that is it, fitting the oil seal. So everything is done, that is the oil seal. So next let's do the same to the other fork. So next we will put the pump. Just wipe it if required. You can use your cloth or your hand. So now comes the use of this T tool. So keep it like this, adjust it like this, and keep the tube over this like this. So this is how it will fit like. So this one has to be put on top of it. Next goes on this on top of it. So after keeping this on top of this, we have this nut, Allen key nut. So make sure you have the washer with it. So this is how it will fit like. Use an Allen key to tighten it. Might require a little bit of effort to tighten it. Don't tighten it too much, too too tight or too loose. So yeah, I think this is tightened. Now let's remove this from the T tool. Let's keep that aside. So here it is. So keep the pump on the T tool as I showed you. Now goes the this tube on top of it. Now goes this one on top of the pump. Now let's put this part on top of it. And now goes the Allen key nut. Here it is. So the Allen key nut number is 6. I had told it to you earlier also. Don't tighten it too much or too less. And here it is, it's tightened. That's it. We put the oil seal back in both of the forks. Here it is. As we have put all the things back, the oil seal that is. Now let's pour the oil. After pouring the oil, you have to insert the spring, not before pouring the oil. So here is the brand new oil. One container for one fork. You can pour it full. So here it is. Now let's pour it. And the color is kind of blue in color. So yeah, one container is complete. Now let's insert the spring. So now let's insert the spring. So while putting back the spring, remember that the upper part has gaps in between them and the lower part does not have gaps in between. So here it is, it's inside. So once you insert the spring, we have to lock this, lock or close it. So you can pull this rod up and down so that the air will come out. So around 2 or 3 times, that may be enough. Slowly. Now let's insert, put the nut or cap back into place. You can keep it like this, and with your palms you can press it. After tightening the cap using your hand, cap or nut, you can use this spanner, which is number 28 spanner. You can press it 2 or 3 times like this. There you go. Now we'll keep this aside safely. Now take the other one, open the other container of oil, and as I said, the color is blue, it's different. So we have poured the oil, put the spring back in, also changed the oil seal mainly as it was leaking. So here there was leakage in only one fork, so we changed the 2 oil seals also, because now we have changed one, and later if the other one gives any problem, we have to remove that and change it once again. So why problem? And in fact it is really heavy. Now let's go put this back into the bike. So firstly we have to remove those Allen key nuts and keep it aside. So make sure that the washer is also with it. Now let's put the fork back into it. So you can put it back the same way we removed it. So as you can see, you can push it inside gently. A little bit of adjustments may be required, and yeah, the nut over there should be loosened, only then it will go inside. So make sure it is loosened too. So now as you can see, you can push it inside gently by turning also. There you go, one is inside. Now let's take the nut, Allen key nut, and lock it in place. Just lock it now. As I said, make sure the washer is also there with it. Now let's tighten the nut, Allen key nut, that is. Don't tighten it too much or too less, and after tightening it, check it by pulling it down. Don't pull it in a very hard way, that is, just in a gentle manner. Now let's put the other fork into it. So remove the nut, keep the washer also safe. Now let's put it back. You can just turn it left or right, the fork, so that it goes in easily. And there you go, it is in place. Now let's put the nut and lock it. We'll tighten it also. And yes, it is tightened. Now let's tighten this nut which we had loosened earlier because the fork wasn't going inside. So now let's tighten that as well. Next, let's put the indicator back into place and tighten that nut. So in order to tighten the indicator's nut, so we require a spanner which is number 1213. First you can tighten it using your hand, later use a spanner. Next, let's tighten the nuts on the other side. So you can use the same spanner number 1213, same we used for the indicator also. There you go, it's tightened. Now let's put the mudguard back into place, and I hope you can see the small curves towards the inside in both the sides of the mudguard. That kind of acts like a groove for the forks to fit in place. Make sure there's a gap in between the fork and the mudguard. So first you can use the nuts and tighten or lock one place or one side. Firstly, you can tighten it using a hand, later use the spanner. So there are 3 nuts on one side. So in total, on both the sides we have 6 nuts. There aren't any washers or so. So now let's tighten the nuts on one side. So you can use the same spanner we use to tighten the indicators, that is number 1213 spanner. Now let's lock the other side, also tighten it. As I said, there is no washer included with the nuts. So there are total of 3 nuts in one side. First lock it using a hand, later use a spanner. Now let's put the brake cable, the front brake cable that is. So there is a kind of groove that is there. You can put it there, later fix it to the wheel. Next let's put the wheel back into place, the front wheel that is. So next you should put this thing. While removing it, it is easy. but to put it back into place, it is a little bit of task, not very difficult as such, but may require light effort or adjustments. Now let's put these two nuts. So there are two nuts on one side, total of 4 nuts on both the sides. So for that we have a washer included. Now let's tighten it using a spanner, which is the same number 12, 13. First tighten it using your hand, later use a spanner. Now let's put the same thing on the other side. Let's insert the nut also. There is a washer, as I said earlier. Next, let's put the speedometer cable back into place. So it is situated below the fork. So to put it back into place, you don't require any spanner or so. You can tighten it using your hand. So after tightening it, make sure you spin the wheel and check if the speedometer is working. If needed, you can apply some grease in it. Now let's tighten the nuts of the mudguard. You can use the spanner number 12, 13. There are 3 nuts, as I said. Now let's use the same spanner to tighten these 2 nuts. There you go, it is tightened. Now let's tighten the brake cable, the front brake cable. So in order to tighten that, you require a spanner, which is a number 10. So after tightening it, that is it, everything is done. So if you like the video, make sure you click the like button, and if you are new to the channel, make sure you click the subscribe button. Also hit the bell icon to stay tuned for all my upcoming videos. I'll be back with more and more exciting reviews and other types of videos. So till then, stay safe. Bye.